Welcome to the Wrestling Still Cool podcast. My name's Cam. That's Mark.
Hey, y'all doing? Appreciate you joining, y'all.
All right, so we're going to be covering the 2013 TLC that took place on December 15, 2013 from the Toyota Center in Houston. And the reason we're covering this kind of out of nowhere is about a little over a week ago, WWE removed this from the network for about a day and then placed it back. So now it's relevant.
And it's also in December, too.
It's in December as well, which I think TLC is coming up for the TLC 2020. Either way, so for the socials, follow us on Twitter, which is Wrestling S Cool, and I don't know the rest. I'm sorry.
No, that's me. I handle the Instagram and the Facebook. Instagram at Wrestling Still Cool. Facebook Wrestling Still Cool. And you can email us your thoughts and what you think about the podcast at wrestlingstillcool@gmail.com. Send us a hello or our DMs. It'd be great to hear from you.
Yeah. Yep. So the main thing that happened on this pay-per-view is this was at the end of the first, I believe. Man, what was it called? Brand split. Because there was a unification match between Randy Orton and John Cena, which was a TLC match. But that's not the only thing that was happening on this night. I did not like the format for this pay-per-view whatsoever, because for some reason, CM Punk against The Shield in a 3-on-1 handicap match was the first match on the main card.
Yeah, I was. I thought they could have. I mean, it's. In my opinion, I get my what I believe is that they're trying to kick it off in a big way, but it's like you wanted to say that for a little further into the show, like closer to middle, at least 3.
Yeah, exactly.
To at least I would halfway is about as good as you for that kind of match. There's other ways that they could have went around that. They could have went to the Fatal 4-Way tag match to kick it off, and I think that would have been an even better choice. My opinion, but I
thought R-Truth versus Brodus Clay would have actually been a good start too.
It wouldn't have been bad. I think they have a lot of times better luck with having a tag title match, especially like we have had in the past, talked about in the past, where they have like a triple threat or fatal 4-way. It's a great kickoff. But that's fine too. But I just thought the Punk match, I would say that they're just trying to attract some viewers right off the bat, which is understandable. But I just thought it was a little bit soon for that match. But is what it is.
Yeah, it was one of those where when I put on the pay-per-view and I heard his music, I go, what? This should not be first.
Yeah. I think the weirdest kickoff I almost think I've seen, especially for a WrestleMania, when they had Edge versus Alberto Del Rio for the world title. And I remember, you were watching that show together years ago. I'm like, we're both thinking to ourselves, what? Why would you have a world title match kicking off WrestleMania? And
they did it another time too with Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, sure, yeah. And that's just one of those situations where you're not making that title as serious as it should be in a great spot, But
where Daniel Bryan loses it in like 5 seconds after taking a kick when trying to kick AJ. Kiss AJ,
I think it was 18. Anyway, it was several. It was too short time. I get there's a history there, but history making moment. But it was just rough to kick off a show with a world title, especially in any way, form, but especially at a WrestleMania. But it's not a good choice. But anyways,
and for me, this was CM Punk with the Shield, and both at that time were very big deals.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shield had been a little over a year. So they were still very popular, obviously. And obviously Punk was one of the top guys too. It's just tough spot to be in that situation, and with at least with those guys, and it shows you like, okay, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any case, so this one basically came down to CM Punk outsmarting and outmaneuvering the Shield. He went for a go to sleep on Ambrose. Ambrose slipped out. He lifted up Seth, put him in the go to sleep, and then Ambrose tried to grab him. Reigns went for the spear. He moved out of the way. Reigns speared Ambrose. CM Punk threw Reigns out and then pinned Ambrose for the win.
Yeah, that was a pretty good ending.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It definitely hinged on the fact that CM Punk kind of like the I outthought you here and beat you that way.
Yeah, showed the old experience there. Experience paid, baby.
But with that said, you could tell when he came out to the ring, he was over WWE at that point.
Yeah, he definitely had his grudge set, and it's and with everything that was going on. I mean, it's as Jr. would say, it takes two to tango, and behind the politics, it takes two to tango really anywhere. But it's just, they didn't feel like he fit a mold, and of course, his personality, the way he, done things, yeah, you can see he was upset, obviously, like you said.
It was very visual on him.
Yeah.
Either case, would you end up rating the match?
I went with a 6. I didn't get picked up this match till a little closer to the end.
Yeah, that's when it kind of hit its crescendo.
Yeah,
it got better overall.
Absolutely. What about you?
I would have to give it the same. I was kind of bouncing between 5.5 and a 7, and I would go with 6 on it. But as you said, it kind of hit its crescendo, and the end is what really kind of pushed it over. You had a great ending, great finish to the match, and kind of showed that the chess game that Punk played to get the win.
Absolutely. Shows they gave him, showed his experience in the ring. I know as they'll say, it's pre-planned, but it takes someone to have experiences in doing that, and obviously, he really pulled that part off really well. Great storytelling, absolutely.
Yeah, it was definitely great on this particular match.
Absolutely.
The next one ended up being AJ Lee with Tamina Snuka against Natalya. This is a prime example of Tamina Snuka always being the back burner.
Yeah, she's I think obviously we've seen her in the ring. She's good stuff in the ring. I think in my own opinion, I think that sometimes she gets held back on her in ring. I think she has more to show. I'm pretty dang sure she knows she has more to show. It's just that you can feel that her time in the ring is kind of like it's put in kind of the back burner, just the in the ring talent, but from Tamina. But yeah, she never won a title.
Tamina?
Yeah.
No, she wouldn't because she would only be up for the tag team titles, if anything. So yeah, you're right. She's never won a title.
Yeah, it's her and
I think Natalya hasn't been treated right either.
No, she hasn't. It took a long time for even oh my gosh, one half the world tag team champions, women's tag team champions. Wow, brain fart. Who is that?
Nia Jax.
There you go. Nia Jax. I think same thing for her. She gets it's to where she don't get that opportunity. I mean, she's now getting more of that, obviously now, but it's like the longest time. It's like, okay, well, what are you doing? Not her necessarily. It's like you have a talent there that they could do more with. I mean, I'm glad they didn't make her look like she was like the unstoppable woman because it kind of gets old after a while. But it just to me, and it just I agree. She doesn't get to be showcased in the way she should.
She never does. She still to this day it's the same situation. And she had that strip that's no one's meaner than Tamina. If that was true, Tamina, you would be in a lot more going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think if she would happen to go somewhere else, I think she would be able to show more of what she's about, honestly. Even her personality. So, but I thought it was a pretty good match, actually. I was AJ Lee is always talented too as well, and Natalia, obviously she's born into that talent pretty much. I mean, yeah, that was a great kickoff. But I think I've seen something better in this match with Natalia, even more so than I just do see now these days. But but she's also showcased here in a little different, in a different light. But I think she does fine, even more as just as much as like a baby face.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you end up rating it?
A 6.
6? Yeah, I went with 5, but it's only because I expect a little bit more from AJ, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it might be just that the whatchamacallit, the goggles, the retro goggles of like, oh, AJ was one of the best, and it's like, man, I thought there might be a little bit more here between AJ and Natalia, but that could be just, foggy lenses, if you will.
Oh, I got you, man. It's the one thing I like about, sometimes you see matches, and I'll use obviously as a women's match, so I'll use a women's match, and for this example, is just that sometimes you see it to where there's so much flack in a match. It can be. It's like it's sometimes it goes 5 minutes too long, or at least 5 minutes of time that 3 minutes even that could have been written better. Could have been better in the ring, better storytelling, more importantly. And sometimes that time gets a little wasted a little bit. And I felt with this match, honestly, I'm not going to give it 6.5. I would have found that too. It's just that they told their story, and they got in there, did what they had to do, and they didn't drag it out, basically. So I think that really set a good tone, and of course their in ring was great, and storytelling pretty decent. So I thought it was I understand what you mean, but it could have been a little more, and I understand that too.
Yeah, and that's all I was getting at. I think, and again, I'm fully aware I might be emitting a little bit bias just based on looking it back and remembering a little bit better, a little bit differently, and that maybe I'm in my rear view, if you will. I thought AJ was a little bit better than what she was. It's just it didn't meet the expectation when I saw the introductions. The next one ended up being Big E Langston and Damian Sandow for the Intercontinental Championship. And this highlights how far Big E has come.
Oh, yeah. By far. Now, I remember this character, and I remember Big E. Yeah, I remember even back when he first started coming into the main roster as well, being there with Ziggler. But, yeah, he came a long way, just like you're saying. Absolutely. And
he has more character work now, and it kind of goes back to my whole theory that WWE should not try to make him a brooding character. It doesn't work for him. The character that he is now works better.
Yeah.
And this is an example of it. And Damian Sandow, man, they missed a money cow with him.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah. It was like when I seen him in this character and here, it was like, man, this is excuse me, this could be something else. You look, once again, you're saying in the rearview mirror, looking back, it's like, man, this guy was something that really had really great potential for something more. And I also liked him back when he was hanging out, alongside with Miz. I thought that was some of the great
Damian Mizdow.
Yeah, I thought that was great. And Damian's doing cool with acting and different things. So now, and but yeah, they missed out on something there. But
I loved him as the stunt double and just
being
on the outside of the ring and mimicking all the moves.
That was hilarious. I love that stuff. I'm like, man, it's priceless comedy.
I listened to an interview with The Miz, and the original plan for Damian Sandow is he was supposed to hang out on the outside of the match and go into the match whenever Miz wanted to come out. He said it's kind of like the Twin Magic idea. He said, but at one point he hears the crowd cheering and it doesn't make any sense. He said when he was in a headlock and he looked over to the side, at the side of the ring, and he sees Damian Sandow acting like he's in a headlock. He goes, "What the hell is this guy doing?" So it ended up being just something random he did, and it got completely over.
Oh my God, yeah, that was some of the best moments of his career. I mean, that was just priceless stuff. And that thought of sorry, doing that was just